So most new loan officers, when they get on the phone, they don't know how to drive the conversation. And so they lose control of the conversation, right? So think about it. So new salespeople in general, when they engage in a conversation, it sounds something like this. Hey, this is my name. I'm with this company. Thank you for your time. How can I help you? Or what's your goal? And that is literally the reason why you can't convert the sales, because you ask them. Man, if you can absorb that by itself, I guarantee you, you'll increase your income. You see, most salespeople are fishermen. And what I say by fishermen is when salespeople communicate with prospects, they're fishing, meaning, are you in the market? Do you want to buy this? Or do you want to sample this? It's fishing, it's asking. If you understand that all you have to do is flip it to the point where you are delivering it. You're not asking, right? Hey, so this is what you got to do. Like, you're that confident. Oh, no, you got to do this. And you might be thinking, well, how can I tell them what to do if I don't know? Well, how is you need to drive the initial conversation. And what I'm saying by initial conversation is because when you first communicate with anyone or a prospect, it can't be about, how can I help you, right? What are you looking for? What's your goals? You have to let them know that, so let me see if I can help you. Let me ask you a few questions first to let you know if I can improve whatever you're experiencing, or in the very least, I'll tell you that you're in the best possible position. You got the best terms, you got the best plan, right? And this applies to any sales, not just mortgage, cell phones, whatever you're selling. It applies, same strategy, the same approach, right? And the reason why that opening works is because it's playing to the consumer. Meaning that as a consumer, most salespeople offer you, right? Like, hey, I got this deal, or hey, do you want to do this? Or hey, do you want to do that? Whereas if someone approached you and they're like, hey, this is what it does, it's expiring, right? And so now I'm taking it away. This is a limited opportunity, but let me make sure this even applies to you. Because if it does, then I'm gonna show you exactly, the benefit it could give you. But if it doesn't, then at least I could tell you, you're on the best program available. And follow me, because every day as a salesperson, you're trying to originate new sales. So you're trying to find people who are interested in your product. The reason why you're having a challenge in finding people interested in your product is because you're not driving the perception of your fucking message. You might be like, what you mean I'm not driving, bro? I drive. No, what I'm talking about, boo-boo, is that when you call your prospects and you're like, hey, Mr. Jones, looks like you talked to our company, or hey, I talked to you a week ago. Are you still in the market? You're fishing, bro. You're fishing where there's no fish. And the fix, the solution, is that you need to call them with like some update, right? Like, oh man, I got insider information. Again, going back to the game code, like the cheat code, right? Like, oh man, I got this hack. You're approaching them like this. So if I was calling the same person, right, instead of being a fisherman, what I would do is be kind of a tour guide, like a driver. And so I'm calling you, I'm like, hey, this is Daniel. Hey, check this out. I'm gonna send you some information that wasn't released to you before when you talked to our company. And the reason why I'm gonna share this with you is because it expires next month, but it's actually in line with what you're trying to achieve. And I think the reason why you didn't make a decision at that time was because you didn't have access to this information. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and send it to your email. Whether you decide to use it or not, it's completely up to you. But again, this thing does expire at the end of next month, so let me know if you want to learn more. You get it? So never did I ask you what's your rate, or what do you want to do, right? Or what's your goal? I told you there's some information that you didn't know about and it expires, so it's not going to be available. And so what you're doing is you're piquing at their curiosity. If you think about it as a consumer, all you want is the hookup, right? So when you bought your TV, or you bought your car, or you bought your house, what did you do? You asked your group of friends, like, hey man, you know anyone that can get me a hookup? Like, I could afford full price right now, but I'm still hood. So I'm hitting up everybody like, hey, do you know anyone that works at Best Buy? You know anyone that works at Samsung? Because I want the hookup. And so if you come at them like, hey man, I got the hookup, right? Like, this is information that wasn't, like you weren't privy to. And you come at them with an approach like that, now you're driving it. And the reason why is because it's happening, meaning that you're doing it whether they want it or not.